The world controls most people with one thing: emotion. A single insult ruins their peace. A single rejection destroys their confidence. And the terrifying part is, they don't even realize they're being controlled. But the Stoics discovered a brutal truth centuries ago. If someone can disturb your mind, they own a part of you. In this video, you will learn how to become emotionally untouchable. Calm when others panic. Silent when others react. And mentally stronger than the chaos around you. Because once nothing can provoke you anymore, you become dangerous. Most people are emotionally predictable. Push them a little, they get angry. Ignore them, they become insecure. Disrespect them, they lose control. And because of that, their emotions are constantly being controlled by other people. The Stoics saw this as a form of slavery. Not physical slavery, mental slavery, because if another person's behavior can instantly change your state of mind, then your peace was never yours to begin with. Look closely at your life. How many times have you destroyed your entire day over something small? A text message, a rude comment, a bad tone, someone not giving you attention. Most people don't suffer because life is hard. They suffer because they react to everything. And the dangerous part is, the world knows this. Manipulative people study your reactions. They learn what triggers you, what hurts you, what makes you emotional, then they use it against you. This is why emotionally reactive people are easy to control. They explode too quickly. They panic too easily. They reveal too much. But a Stoic becomes dangerous the moment they master one skill. Pause before reaction. The next time life provokes you, do not respond immediately. Stay silent for a moment. Observe your emotion without obeying it. Because anger wants speed. Fear wants urgency. Ego wants revenge. But wisdom waits. And here's the truth nobody tells you. Your first emotional reaction is usually not the real you. It is your conditioning, your wounds, your ego trying to protect itself. Real strength is choosing a response after the emotion appears, not before. The calmest person in the room is often the most powerful. Because while everyone else is losing control, they are still thinking clearly. And in a world addicted to emotional chaos, clarity becomes a weapon. But controlling your reactions is only the beginning. Because some environments are designed to destroy your peace before you even notice it. And if you don't protect your mind from them, you will slowly become emotionally exhausted without understanding why. Most people think stress comes from major problems. It doesn't. Your mind is usually destroyed by small things repeated every day. Negative conversations, endless scrolling, fake people, comparison, noise, little by little. Your inner peace gets poisoned without you noticing. The terrifying part is this. Most people have no idea who is shaping their mind. They think their thoughts belong to them. But many of those thoughts were planted there by the environment around them. A peaceful mind cannot survive inside constant chaos. Yet millions of people wake up every morning and immediately consume negativity, bad news, drama, conflict, people complaining about life, and they wonder why they feel mentally exhausted. The Stoics understood something modern society ignores. Your attention is your life force. Whatever controls your attention slowly controls your mind. This is why weak minds are easily manipulated. They give their attention to everything. Every opinion affects them. Every insult touches them. Every trend distracts them. They have no mental boundaries. But powerful people are extremely selective. They protect their energy like their survival depends on it. Because it does. Start paying attention to how people make you feel after you leave them. Do they leave you inspired? Or mentally drained? Do they bring clarity? Or confusion? Some people smile in your face while quietly destroying your peace. And the longer you ignore that, the weaker your mind becomes. Not every battle deserves your attention. Not every conversation deserves your energy. And not every person deserves access to your inner world. That is not arrogance. That is self-respect. There is a reason calm people often spend more time alone. Silence cleans the mind. When you constantly surround yourself with noise, you lose the ability to hear your own thoughts. And once that happens, the world starts thinking for you. So protect your mind carefully, because peace is expensive. And many people are unconsciously trading theirs away every single day. But even after removing negativity, most people still remain emotionally unstable for one reason. They have no internal code, no principles, no identity strong enough to guide them when life becomes difficult. And without that, the world will shape them into whatever it wants. Most people wake up without direction. So the world decides who they become. Mood controls them. Pressure controls them. Approval controls them. They change personalities depending on who they are around. Confident one day, broken the next. Because a person without principles is emotionally fragile. The Stoics understood something most people never realize. If you do not define yourself intentionally, society will define you by default, and society profits from weak minds. People who constantly seek validation are easier to influence, easier to manipulate, easier to control. This is why you need a personal code. A set of principles stronger than your emotions, because emotions change daily. Principles do not. When pressure appears, your principles decide your actions. When disrespect appears, your principles protect your peace. When temptation appears, your principles stop you from destroying yourself. Most people wait until chaos arrives before deciding who they are. That is why they collapse under pressure. The Stoics decide in advance. Decide now. Will you be ruled by emotion or by discipline? Will you chase approval? Protect your self-respect? Will you react like everyone else? Or remain calm while others lose control? A man with clear principles becomes extremely difficult to shake, because he already knows who he is, and people fear individuals like that. Not because they are loud, but because they cannot be emotionally manipulated. Make your standards stronger than your feelings. That is where real peace begins. Not temporary peace. Not comfort. Not escape. Real inner stability. Start creating rules for your life. I will not beg for respect. I will not explain my worth to people determined to misunderstand me. I will not sacrifice my peace just to fit in. I will stay calm even when life becomes unfair. The more clearly you define yourself, the less power the outside world has over you, because confusion creates emotional weakness. Clarity creates emotional strength. And here's what scares most people. The moment you stop needing external validation, you become free. Free from approval. Free from manipulation. Free from emotional dependence. But there is still one final chain that keeps many people emotionally trapped. The desperate need to be understood by everyone, and that need silently destroys more peace than almost anything else in life. One of the most exhausting addictions in life is the need to be understood by everyone. So people explain themselves constantly. They defend every decision, every boundary, every change, and slowly they become prisoners of other people's opinions. But the truth is brutal. Some people misunderstand you on purpose. No explanation will ever be enough for them, because they already decided who you are before you even spoke. The Stoics understood this deeply. Even the wisest men in history were criticized, mocked, and rejected. So why are you shocked when it happens to you? Many people destroy their peace trying to control how others see them. But you cannot control another person's mind. You can only control your character. And the moment you confuse reputation with identity, you become emotionally vulnerable. Listen carefully. Not everyone deserves an explanation. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Sometimes silence is not weakness. It is intelligence. Weak people explain themselves endlessly because they fear rejection. Strong people accept that rejection is part of life. They understand something most people never learn. Being misunderstood is not always a tragedy. Sometimes it is protection. Because the moment you stop trying to convince everyone, you recover enormous mental energy wasted on overthinking, energy wasted on defending yourself, energy wasted on people committed to misunderstanding you anyway. And here's the dangerous part. The more desperate you are to be understood, the easier you are to manipulate. People can control you through approval, through guilt, through emotional pressure, because they know you are afraid of being disliked. But freedom begins the moment you become comfortable with a sentence. They may misunderstand me, and I will still remain at peace. That mindset changes everything. Now, criticism no longer destroys you. Judgment no longer controls you. And fake opinions no longer enter your mind so easily, because your self-worth is no longer in other people's hands. The calmest people are not those loved by everyone. They are the people no longer emotionally dependent on public approval. And once you master that, a strange transformation begins. You stop chasing attention. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop needing constant validation. And for the first time in your life, your mind becomes truly quiet. But there is one final lesson most people avoid until it is too late. The truth that separates temporary calmness from unshakable inner peace. And it begins when you stop fighting reality itself. Most human suffering comes from one hidden habit: arguing with reality. People fight what already happened. They replay the past in their minds. They resist uncomfortable truths. They obsess over how life should have gone. And that silent resistance slowly destroys their peace. The Stoics understood something brutally simple. Reality does not care about your preferences. Life will disappoint you. People will betray you. Plans will fail. And some chapters of your life will end without closure. Most people become emotionally broken because they keep demanding that life behave differently. But reality always wins that fight. Always. Acceptance is not weakness. It is the end of unnecessary suffering, because the moment you fully accept what is real, your mind stops wasting energy resisting it. Think about how much pain comes from simple denial. Refusing to accept someone changed. Refusing to accept a relationship ended. Refusing to accept that some people will never love you the way you love them. The longer you resist reality, the longer you remain emotionally trapped inside it. This is why emotionally strong people recover faster. Not because life hurts them less, but because they stop fighting what cannot be changed. They face truth directly. And truth has a strange effect on the human mind. First it hurts, then it frees you. Many people stay miserable for years because they are addicted to illusion. Illusion feels safer than truth, but illusions create emotional dependence. Reality creates emotional strength. The moment you accept reality completely, you become harder to destroy, because now life can no longer shock you so easily. You understand that pain is part of existence. Loss is part of existence. Change is part of existence. And strangely, that acceptance creates peace. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Ask instead, how will I respond to this with strength? That single shift changes everything. Because peace does not come from controlling life. Peace comes from mastering yourself within life. And once you understand that, you stop behaving like a victim of circumstances. You become calm during uncertainty, focused during chaos, steady during pain. That is the final transformation of the Stoic mind. Not emotionless, not cold, but deeply at peace with reality. And in a world where most people are mentally controlled by fear, validation, and emotion. That kind of peace becomes a superpower. The moment you stop reacting to everything, protect your mind, and accept reality without fear, you become impossible to control. That is the real power of Stoicism. Not escaping life, but remaining calm while life tests you. If this video spoke to you, leave a comment saying, I control my mind. And remember, the world fears people who can no longer be emotionally manipulated.